Hello everybody and welcome to Baseform Gaming, and today I'm on my account, The Noob. Yes, The Noob. And what you're looking at is the shop at the mountaintop, and this is the first backpack that everybody looks at. The Portal Hive, what I call the white backpack, what everybody calls the white backpack, right? From my understanding, it was the OP, as we would like to say, backpack for the longest time. There was no 35s though, right? It was the best backpack because you went from the pineapple shop and all the backpacks there, and then you went to the shop below that, and all the backpacks did was hold stuff. The capacity just was there, right? That's all it did. And then there was a huge jump to this backpack. I mean, it was 250 million just to buy it. Nothing to craft. It was just the price. It was the counterpart to the porcelain dipper. Because it had a huge price. So it was these two things that people wanted to get. So if we look at the porcelain portal hive, it goes along with the cost. Like in this game, there's always a balance. If something costs a lot, it has to do a lot, right? If something doesn't cost a lot, it doesn't really do a lot. And that's one of the great things about this game. So we look at what it does. There is a huge increase from the next thing down, which I think is the honeycomb hive. I think that's what it is. Uh, but this has a 500,000 of capacity. I'm not going to read through all of them. I'm just going to summarize everything, right? It has a better convert rate. Once again, the less time you spend at your hive, the better. This helps you spend less time at the hive, has more um, pollen you can put in there. So you're out there pollinating. You can put more in there, less time at the hive. So that's what it does. Now, this is white, so obviously it's going to focus around white pollen. And in a lot of the fields, except for three, clover, cactus, and mountaintop, every field has white pollen. So that's a good thing about this is it has an instant conversion of white and a good instant conversion. If you have no amulet that has instant conversion, you at least have a 10% overall instant conversion with this, which is great. 50% white pollen, so once again, it's about white. But not only that, it gives you a little extra on the other pollens too. And then the best thing about this is the bee attack, right? If there's nothing else that I like about this, it's the bee attack. Now, why did I start with this? Well, for the past couple days, I've spent a lot of time on farming. Right? Farming, completing missions, using potions, meteor showers. I got purple potions. I increased my extracts. I got oils to speed things up. I mean, I'm figuring things out on how to fast farm, and I really can't fast farm up to like billions. I'm fast farming up anywhere from 300 million to maybe 500 million. So you know that I've been doing a lot of fast farming. I've been doing a lot of figuring out how I can do my normal stuff as well as fast farming, which is very important, and making sure that I craft and having fun. Okay, so this guy wants to block me. Okay, so basically we know what this hive does. It's white centered for the white pollen. It gives a little credit to the red and the blue. It gives you instant conversion, which is good. But the main focus on this is less time at the hive, more time out in the fields. All right, so let's leave here. And let's go to where you know what I'm doing. Oh, wait. We have to take care of this. Okay. So, one of my goals also is to now start preparing for the masks, right? The noob has the honey mask and the fire mask, which is fine, but at some point you also have to start preparing for the other masks. Okay, you don't need to rush into it, but it's good to prepare. It's good to prepare. If you want to do everything all at once, you start stressing yourself out. I just kind of want to add that in just because the stinger was there. I've noticed that, I don't know if it's part with the updates or not, but there's been changes to Vicious Bee, how it's coming out. It's actually coming out more. Windy Bee also, there's more wild Windy Bees. It's actually coming out in the dandelion field, which it didn't before. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know about uh, what I've noticed and changes with the bees. Okay, so before we go in here, as you can see, I have 25 billion. So that kind of sets you up with what I'm going to do. So as I've told you with the Portal Hive, it gives a little cred boost to the red and the blue pollen. It gives a major boost to the white pollen. It gives you your first instant conversion, right? Because that's where the major pollen is. It's your first really major boost to capacity. More time out, less time at your hive, because that's the goal of the Portal Hive. And it has a counterpart, right? Which is the wand. So it's the first major thing that you look at, and it's at 250 million. It sounds like a lot, but you start to play the game more and more, you start figuring out ways on how to get it, and once you get it, you see your game greatly improve. However, with the introduction of the 35 zone, you come to this shop, and you're like, alright, you got the coconut clogs, which helps increase your speed. Has a 5% attack boost. Those are the two main reasons why I got them. Speed / jump and the attack boost. Not that many things you can get directly with an attack boost. Yeah, there's amulets and things like that, but that's kind of like a roll of the dice. Then the other big thing is this coconut canister. So we're going to go to the coconut canister and we're going to look at generally why I think people should get the coconut canister. It is, I believe, the second most expensive thing. You know, you got the gummy boots at 100 billion, and then you got the coconut canister at 25 billion. Once again, if it costs a lot, and this is the canister that not only with the expense, you have to craft things. Okay, now I'll quickly go over that. You got the red and the blue extracts at 150, and that's really not that hard. If you've been playing the game right, saving things, crafting them. Tropical drinks, you also craft those. And the 150 coconuts, every time you fight Krabby, that'll get filled up. The first, like 3, 4, 5 times. By the time you fight Krabby again, that should be down at least halfway because you've been using those to craft tropical drinks. Anyway, crafting those is not the hard part. It's the 25 billion because you have to fast farm and you can't do it like within a couple days. It does take time. And trust me, you think, oh man, if I can level up my bees, they can farm faster. Well, here's the thing. This is actually one time where you don't want to level up your bees. They should be at a level already, not lower than a 9. And since you're a noob, maybe you might have one bee that's a 12 or maybe a 13, but most of them should be between a 10 and 11, most of them being 11s. Anyway, you look at this, 25 billion, there should be a major upgrade to the Portal Hive, right? And there actually is. Double the capacity, right? Double the capacity, you should have amulets and badges and things like that, which it's not just double the capacity, but it increases that capacity. My capacity right now with everything is like 10 million. So we're going to see what happens to that 10 million when I get this. Also, there's a better convert rate. The instant conversion is the same, but there's another instant conversion too. Remember on the other one, there was that 10% instant white conversion? Well, this one also says, I'm going to give you another 10% instant conversion, right? But it doesn't have that 5% red, 5% blue. It just says, I'm going to give you a 10% more, which is good because that also includes the white, and that includes the red, and that includes the blue. Because remember, the other one just says 5% red, 5% blue. This one's saying, I'm going to give you 10% on everything. Okay, so that's an increase. This gives you, once again, more 100% white pollen. So once again, as a conversion, white pollen, 10% instant conversion, 10% instant conversion. I mean, it's basically saying, anytime you get white pollen, I'm going to put it right into honey money. You get white pollen, right into honey money. It also increases pollen, which is great. I mean, it goes 100% white pollen, but not only that, hey, let's include red and blue, but not only that, let's not just say that. Let's just say pollen. So we're going to include white pollen again. It doesn't increase your bee attack, it just keeps it, okay? But now, here's why people really like it. It has passives. This is a defensive pack, meaning that we see that really cool thing where an enemy hits it and the coconut thing drops down. That's random, but if it hits a enemy, it damages them. It damages them. Great when you're fighting Krabby, great when you're fighting the snail, and great when you're in Ant Challenge. Okay. Also, after you hit them, you get your own shield. It's great. So this coconut canister, that 25 billion, that crafting, once you get that, this is definitely worth it and it's definitely needed. So this noob is going to get a pair of the clogs and the canister. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's craft it. Let's look at this number, the 10 million. I'm not going to look at the other settings because I'll just forget them. This is what I'm interested in. 10 million. Let's craft the item. I'm at 13 million. I was kind of expecting it to jump up a little more, but that's good. That's good. Because when I fast farm, I'm going to do it after Mondo. I'm going to put some boots on there. So I'm quite happy with that. Like anything else, just look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, we are going to test this out at Ant Challenge. And we are going to use our fire mask. Beautiful. You know, something that I've always wondered is, does this thing actually increase speed too? I know he's running fast now, but I think part of that may be a natural boost from getting the fire hat. I'm not sure. Now, when you're here, one of the great things is that I try to stay away from the ants like at the very beginning because I want to use that coconut drop when things start to get a little harder and I'm kind of like stuck I'm like, alright. Like, okay, now you can use your special coconut drop. Okay, so I have not gotten a 200 score yet, so maybe I can get a 200 score now. We'll find out. Now I'm still at 39 bees. Now this has to be noted, and I want to note it really quick. Hopefully it doesn't distract me. This is the total opposite of what people generally do. What people generally do is they get a mask first, like the gummy mask for the most part, and then they go for this pack. The reason for that is the gummy mask is cheaper. It helps them with their farming so they can get to the 25 billion faster. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Why? Because I wanted a bigger capacity. And then I figured once I get a bigger capacity, I have the honey mask, which with fast farming, I can get up to 5 billion because I figured, well, if I can do 25 billion, 5 billion should be no problem. So that was kind of my thinking. Okay, so I'm at 110 with a little under 3 minutes. Alright. So some of the other things that I know, like I'm like hitting these bees. That's oh well. My passive was probably like already done. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a notice that I got the coconut pack. Alright, take care.